All right, hello everyone. Thanks for having us here at McNellie's. What's happening? Appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming out. Welcome to Golf Subpar. My man, the Sleaze, obviously is not here. I know y'all are extremely disappointed, but I found some replacements. Got two-time PGA Tour winner Matt Every in the house. We got an Olympian, Graham DeLaet, in the house.
I thought for sure you were going to say zero-time PGA Tour winner.
Well, I mean, we're combined. We have zero between us. But hey,
I cannot believe that there's only two up here. I thought you won, dude.
No.
Wow.
you know, you're in TV now. You're starting to get into TV. You got to know facts.
I know.
You can't just guess what people's career is.
I just got an email the other day.
Okay. Well, the good news is, like I said, the Sleaze is not here. He's playing in the USGA 4-ball down in Birmingham, Alabama. And they're in the quarterfinals. And they currently, as we speak at the moment, are 1 up through 13. So this is a big moment for the Sleaze. He hasn't hoisted any trophies in a while, or ever. So this could be a big moment for him.
It's big for the podcast.
It is.
Credibility.
Could be our 4th USGA title.
That's true.
What do you get if you win? What do you get if you win the 4-ball?
You get a 10-year exemption into the 4-ball.
Wow.
If you win. So we'll see. We're rooting him on hard. Wish he was here, but hey, we're here at the PGA Championship, and you know, one of the 4 majors, the 2nd major of the year. The field is absolutely loaded. The golf course is incredible. I've been around all 18 holes so far. It's going to be very hard. A lot of storylines coming into the week. One about a guy that is playing, one about a guy that's not playing. Let's start with the guy that actually is playing, Tiger Woods. Last saw him at the Masters in April. I saw him out there today. Looking pretty good, if I must say so myself. Looked like the leg's a little healthier. What's your thoughts on Tiger and playing this week at Southern Hills?
It comes down to his health, obviously, but he says he's stronger. I think this is an easier walk than Augusta, so things are kind of, I guess, looking up on that end. But what do you think, Matt?
I mean, I just got to take what his word is. I mean, he knows how he feels. I saw how he walked in the parking lot yesterday. I mean, looked like he was hurting, man.
You thought he was hurting?
It looks. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just but look, how can his walk not be different than it was before? I mean, it's not even really his body anymore. I mean, it's still his hands though, and his brain. And I don't know. It's polarizing. I'm excited to watch how this week goes. I will never ever write that guy out.
Do you think you would have 2 PGA Tour wins if he would have been in the field at Bay Hill each year?
No.
No, he's done all right around there.
Yeah, no chance.
But, you know, I saw him out there hitting balls today, talking to some of the guys. I mean, even Joe LaCava saying the leg is stronger than it was at Augusta. You know, I thought one of the things that really hurt him at Augusta, he got off to the nice start, and then the cold front blew in. And obviously that body is pretty beat up. You know, he's going through all the ice baths every night. The cold kind of hurt him. You know, here, we expected it to be pretty hot and humid all week, but once again, a cold front's supposed to blow in on the weekend, which gives me a little concern.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think anyone doubts his skill.
No.
The skill set, right? Obviously, and it's like, we were kind of talking earlier, it's like, especially with the wind, I mean, nobody flights the ball and works the ball. His approach game is, I mean, it's 10 out of 10. I mean, he's the best maybe of all time. If he puts the ball in the fairway, he's going to have a chance as long as his body holds.
And I mean, he's won here before. Yeah. He won in 2007. So he knows the golf course. Obviously, it's a different golf course. They took a lot of trees out, made some changes, made some very interesting changes, which we'll get to here in a little bit. But all I know is it's great for golf, and it's great for the tournament when Tiger Woods is teeing it up. I mean, there's just a different buzz in the air when he's there. I got there today to get ready to do our SiriusXM show, and I walked over towards the range, and I kind of parked on the side, and I was like, damn, there's a lot more people here today than there was yesterday. I mean, it was wrapped all the way around the side, and then all of a sudden, over in the corner, is Tiger Woods hitting balls.
Monday at the Masters, it was insane.
You get a cart?
Of course I get a cart. I work for a major network, sir. What are you talking about?
Wow.
You're a first-timer. Relax. You might get a cart one day.
Wow.
Michael Collins has your cart.
Jesus.
So, man, it's going to be awesome to see Tiger. Obviously, an incredible grouping. Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth. You think that'll be any fun to watch?
Yeah. That's must-watch.
Wow.
I'm bummed I don't get to watch it.
Tell us a little bit, because you're new into the TV. You're going to be with ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
What's your role this week?
On-course reporter this week. Thursday I'm doing Fowler, Day, and Barner's group.
That's a good group, too.
Yeah, it'll be good. You know, I'm looking forward to it. And it's like, I did it last week. I didn't do on-course, but I did some work last week, and That's a lot of golf I watched. I haven't watched that much like ever.
Well, get ready, because that's what this business entails, bud.
I know, but I've learned so much in 1 week. I was like, oh my God, these guys don't smile enough out here. Like, there's just so many things that you pick up on the other side. Listen.
Hold on, you have a logo that is you throwing a club.
I'm not.
They don't smile enough.
Listen, I'm not saying. I smile plenty. All right.
Okay, perfect.
I'm just saying, guys just look miserable out there sometimes, and it's like, I don't know, just.
And Graham, you're with TSN now in Canada.
Yeah.
As an analyst, correct?
Correct.
Are you the lead analyst? Are you the Nick Faldo of Canada?
No, I'm like the number 2 guy. They got a guy who's been there for a long time, Bobby Weeks. He's a legend up there. He's in the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame. So I'm following in his footsteps. He's teaching me the ropes.
I like it. Well, you both do a great job. I'm excited to watch this week. But let's talk a little about a man that is not here, who made some news, obviously, in Phil Mickelson. Some very interesting comments that got him in some hot water. The defending champion, which I think, in my personal opinion, it sucks that he's not here. I think it's tragic. Like, this guy, he made history last year being the oldest major champion ever. I think it's a shame he's not here. I know he made some comments that he probably regrets, but at the end of the day, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
I think we can move on from these, but I think it's a big loss for this tournament that he's not here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at it. This guy, other than Tiger, carried the torch for this tour for a long time. You know, whether you like him or not, and like the things that he said or not, like you said, he regrets it. I think the mistake that he made was in his initial comments, and then by not just addressing them right away. Because I mean, everyone forgives and forgets, and I mean, if you would have just spaced the music right out of the gates, he'd have probably played the Masters. He'd probably be here right now, and who knows? Like, who knows if we'll see Phil again on this tour? Like, it's crazy to even think, but it's reality.
Yeah, I mean, with the consequences that Jay Monahan and the PGA Tour say that come with going over and playing the LIV Golf, which it sounds like he plans on playing in London in a few weeks. It's really sad that we might not ever see him play on the PGA Tour again. And I don't know what's going to happen as far as the Masters and other major championships and stuff like that. I know they're not a part of the PGA Tour, but it's crazy that we could possibly. It would be really, really bad if this is his legacy, because he's done a lot for the game of golf.
Yeah, he has, and this is a bad way to go out if he is going out this way.
What do you think?
Awful way to go out for him. It's sad. I mean, it's sad. I kind of echo what you say about addressing it. Like, I'm a little bit shocked he hasn't come out and at least thrown some dirt on the fire and been like, just look. Everyone makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and nobody's here to just shit on you your whole life. Like, look, you made a mistake. It's okay. Come on. Like,
and that's why I thought, like, I'm sure he did want to defend here. I mean, listen, the PGA of America came out and said, we welcome him back. He's more than welcome to come defend, but you're going to have to face the music when you do come. That's why I'm almost surprised he didn't play last week at Byron Nelson. Like, let's just get it out of the way.
That's what I thought was going to happen, in all honesty. And I thought he was going to do it before the Masters. I'm like, he's going to play a week or two before the Masters.
Well, there was that video of him playing too. It was like, okay, maybe he's like,
yeah, just get it all over with so that he can focus here. But then I heard out that Shipnuck's book is coming out this week.
Came out today.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's horrible too. Like, I mean, that's just terrible timing. I mean, you can't do that to
timing. That's not timing.
That's him.
That's like done. That's like.
But anyways, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, if the guy was going to make a return and then heard that, that doesn't help Phil's case.
No, it doesn't. I mean, obviously.
I read some funny things in there today, though, that made me giggle. Like,
that made me giggle.
They did. There was a part in there about McCord. Did you see that?
McCord gambling with from the top.
That's all time. I mean, that's hilarious. Like, it's.
Did you hear this?
Yeah, it's probably
Gary
illegal,
McCord was obviously in the tower at 16 for CBS for so long, and if he say Phil hit it down there to 15 feet, he said Bones would look up and McCord would flash a 3 or like a 2 and say that was the odds.
3 to 1.
3 to 1.
Yeah.
3 to 1 on the odds. And if he made it.
And Phil would go yes or
Phil
no.
would say yes or no. It was actually 20 a clip. And he's like, he would throw 20 down from the stand if he lost. If that's true, like, that's incredible. Like, I love it.
I guarantee you it's
true.
typical
McCord.
Me?
All right, well, it's now time to tell you a little bit about TaylorMade and the TP5 and the TP5X. High bombs, low cutters, flighted wedges, flop shots to tuck pins. The beauty of golf is that in any given round, you get to play so many different types of shots. That's why you need the ball that's made to be better on every golf shot in golf. The TP5 and TP5X from TaylorMade. With the TP5 and TP5X, no matter what shot you're facing, you'll have the confidence to step into it and think, I love it. Stock fade, love it. Step on a 3-wood, love it. Knock it down under the wind, love it. Whatever shot you need to pull off, the TaylorMade TP5 and 5X were made to do it better than any other ball in golf. Whether we're talking about the final round of a major or a casual round with your buddies on any given Saturday. That's why players like Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, Ricky Fowler, Tommy Fleetwood, and so many other pros trust TP5 and TP5X every week. Looking for a little more feedback around the greens? Both TP5 and 5X come in picks for better visual feedback around the greens and a little extra flair. So if you want to step into every shot you face and think, I love it, try the most complete ball in golf. Head to TaylorMadeGolf.com and use the promo code Subpar for free shipping. And now back to our PGA Championship preview. But man, let me ask you, because you're definitely a former player. I have no idea what the hell you're doing yet. If you decided,
I don't either. If you can let me know.
I quit. He quit. But let's just say this LIV Golf Tour, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's going. I mean,
it's going to happen.
Now.
Yeah.
Would you be in or would you be out? I'm asking both of you.
Graham, you go first.
Honestly, this is what I would do. I've thought about this lots. I never got the call, Greg. 208.
Right.
But I think this is what I would do. I would say, listen, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with what they're doing in Saudi Arabia, but I'm looking out for my family, and I would consider it. There's no question.
There's one person that, in my mind, that's been really, really honest about this, and that's Jason Kokrak. He came out and flat out said, he's like, look, I want to play golf for about 5 more years. I want to make as much money as I possibly can, then I want to go hang out with my family. Yeah. And I respect that. Like, yeah. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to leave the PGA Tour because they're going to pay him a lot of money, a chance to make a lot, and he's going to be one of the best players that goes over there.
And I've been home for the last 3 years, and like when you're on tour, you don't realize that you're just gone, you're gone all the time. When you're home for a long stretch of time, it's like, wow, it's really nice. Hanging out with your kids, taking them to school, doing all the the normal things that your friends do all the time. And so there's something to be said about that.
I'm interested to see if. Give me this. Just give me your guy. Like, who do you think the best ranked player will be that'll go over there?
Ooh, I like this.
This is a fun game.
Can we see a list of the top 20 in the world real quick?
I can pull that up for you while we're here. Yeah. But, I mean, do you think it'll be like a top 20 player in the world?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Initially?
Nobody wants to be the first. See, when are they releasing the names of the guys in the first tournament?
Pretty soon because the tournament's in June. So there's your world ranking right there. So I'm interested to get y'all's opinion because I mean you're in the know. You talk to players.
See, I don't want to know. I don't know.
Give me some.
He's not top 20. Sergio's not top 20.
On this. Who do you think the highest ranked? We got a Louis.
Obviously, Sergio's.
Well, Sergio already told us he's going.
Yeah, we know Sergio's going. Y'all can more than welcome to chime in out there if you got an opinion about who the highest ranked player is going to be.
No.
Louis Oosthuizen's right there. Louis Oosthuizen's 15
Louis
in the
is.
world. Yeah, 15.
Oh yeah.
Louis Oosthuizen 15 in the world. So
I got 3 guys in the top 20. I think will go.
Oh, Matt, your microphone's on.
I know.
Kokrak's going, yeah.
He's not top 20.
Louis Oosthuizen's a great player, but 15 in the world's incredible. But I think if you don't lose a top American, I don't think it affects the PGA Tour too much.
I don't think it affects the tour one bit.
In my mind, you got to get guys out of the top 10, top 5 before it starts affecting anything.
Nobody's bigger than the tour than Tiger Woods. That's it. I mean, nobody. Sergio leaves the tour. What happens? Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with you on that. There's about 3 or 4 people that sell tickets.
Right.
And
Rory's
not going anywhere.
Rory's not going. Tiger's not going. Justin Thomas is not going.
John Rahm's
Who
not
else?
going.
Rahm's not going. Who else is there that really matters? But if Morikawa went,
Jordan Spieth's not going. Jordan Spieth matters no matter what people say. Jordan Spieth sells tickets when he's in the mix. The TV ratings are extremely higher. It's crazy. So
he's completing career Grand Slams.
That's your pick. Well, hey, we'll get to that with fans here in a little bit, but just relax. But either way, it's gonna be an awesome week out there. Have you walked around the golf course at all yet?
Just a little bit.
Okay. First impressions.
It's. Do you want me to? I'll tell you about this one. Jules told me this is good. I
Oh, God.
So Julian is Graham's old caddy. He's now caddying for Daniel Berger.
Yeah, great bag. Come on, bud, let's go. But he's like, this place is like Pinehurst and Colonial. Like Pinehurst has like the roll-offs around the green, kind of like Colonial. He's like, if Colonial and Pinehurst had a baby, like a really big baby.
Yeah, a big one. A real big one.
Southern Hills.
So
It's interesting. They've made. I walked around it before they redid it, and now obviously seeing it today, and a bunch of new tees. I hate how some of the holes cross each other, like between 3 and 6. Like I feel like golf takes so long as it is. Now when you're gonna have to be standing there waiting, and be like, okay, you on 6 can tee off, you on 3 can tee off. Even 1 and 10, they have to stagger the tee times because they're so close to each other. It's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna take even longer. I mean, I know how much you love the pace of play on the PGA Tour.
Well, I mean, whatever. Look, I don't think that's that big of a deal.
I'm telling you right now, the way these tees are, it's gonna add 20 minutes to the round.
It probably will, but it's a major. I mean, what's the difference between what's 5.5 and 550? It's the same shit. It's both slow. I mean,
that's true. It's slow no matter.
It's like what's the difference when it's 94 and 98?
But here's the deal now, and you're going to learn this now that you're in TV.
It's fucking hot.
When you're set for a 5 o'clock finish, and it takes so damn long, and you go over, the network has to pay longer to stay on. So they want them to pick their ass up so they can finish on time.
All right, let's get back to the golf course.
I don't know if you knew that. I'm just helping you learn all these new things.
Let's get back to the course. I think anyone can win on this golf course.
I agree with you.
Now, and I don't mean like a club. Nothing again. Not a club pro or like.
So 20 guys don't have a chance.
Or like a bot. But I mean like any type of game can win on this course.
It's funny because
I don't think I do. I know it's long, but it's open and it's so penal around the greens that the guys that are extra long, you get a guy like you can't run away from your chipping this week. And some weeks you can. Some weeks you can, whether it's running a hybrid through the runoff or hitting one in the back of your stance. But here you have to be a proper chipper of the ball. You cannot get away or hide it. So I think those guys can climb back in it there because it's windy, it's long, the greens are already small. You're going to miss greens here no matter what.
Yeah, but that's why I think this is like tailor-made for like a ball striker to come out of here.
You can be a ball striker and have a 6 short game. I mean, like, you can't.
No, but I'm just saying.
I think this is more iron and short game here than bomber. It's sneaky, like, just because it's 7,500, I do not think you got to be loaded off the tee to compete here.
There's some short holes out there too, but I don't know. Like, I just think with the winds that they're predicting, you know how it is. Like, you can't fake it around.
Right.
When if you're not hitting it square.
Yeah.
You're squirting it a little bit and it's spinning. I mean, 25 mile an hour winds just eat the golf ball up. So I think the guys are in total control. Yes, obviously you have to chip and you have to make putts, but like you're not gonna have a guy that just wins it with his putter or wins it with his wedge. Like it's gonna have to be a complete game, and I think that's why it's gonna be like one of those like.
But there are guys with complete games that just they might get it done a little different one way than the other. Like, and I don't mean. Like Cam Smith and Dustin Johnson, I could see both of those guys winning this week, and they both.
Yeah, but they're both elite.
I know that, but Cam's not a bomber off the tee. He's not as super accurate. Like, I mean, he's just. He's nasty. He does not give up shots.
His chipping, I mean, is ridiculous. He wants the wind to blow 25 every single day.
Yeah.
So therefore, like when you let everyone misses greens, no one has a better short game than him, arguably, other than.
You're gonna miss greens here. You're gonna miss.
And I think, I mean, chipping in this grainy Bermuda, I think that comes from experience. That's why I'm leaning towards the guy that you said just a second ago. I think the experience around here, and the wind's going to flip around all week. It's going to start off in the south, move to the north, come Saturday, and then out of the east on Sunday. So maybe a guy that's played here quite a bit with some experience and played it in different conditions has a little bit of advantage. But I think this thing is very, very wide open. Like, I don't think there's a clear-cut favorite. I thought there was maybe 5 guys at the Masters that could win. Here, I'm looking like at 15.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd say more than 15. Yeah.
Well, we're at the PGA Championship. We're at McNellie's. And the U.S. Open is up next. And the U.S. Open is where golf's elite come together to determine the world's best. This year, the tournament is being held at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts, where Francis Ouimet claimed America's first victory back in 1913. Dewar's, the official Scotch whiskey of the 122nd U.S. Open, is proudly commemorating this year's U.S. Open with the 2022 19-year-old Champions Edition, meticulously crafted and double-aged in new American oak and first fill rye cast to create a profile as rich, complex, and exciting as golf itself. The 2022 19-year-old Champions Edition is a limited release, so if you can't find it, get it. Then enjoy it as you raise a glass to the tradition and skill that makes golf such an exciting, rewarding, and fascinating sport. Dewar's, the official Scotch whiskey of the 122nd U.S. Open, and the perfect Scotch whiskey for celebrating everything great about golf. And I know you got that out here at McNellie's.
Wow.
You like that? Enjoy your Doers.
Good at reading.
What an ad read.
Wow.
You know, I'm not a rookie. I've done this a few times.
That was impressive.
But Doers, we all should actually enjoy some of that here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Doers gets you going. It's a nice little after cocktail, especially on a cool Canadian day, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Canadian summer is your nothing like your Canadian summer.
You don't know anything until Canada in the summer.
Graham DeLaet and I stayed together at the Canadian Open one year, and we both missed the cut and proceeded to get absolutely loaded. And he told me 1,000 times how great the Canadian summers are.
Wasn't it nice?
It was all right. Well, now it's time for the fun part. You ready to play some bets?
Yeah, let's bet.
This is what we do. All three of us. We're absolutely generous. So it's time to step up to the tee and take a swing at betting the PGA Tour on FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers, all of you out there, can place their first PGA Tour bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is easy to use. There's a range of betting options like outright winners, head-to-head matchups, nationality props, and so much more. And when you win, you get paid fast within 2 hours. All right, guys, we're at the PGA Championship. I just want to let you know, our last 3 weeks with FanDuel, we've gone second, first, and second.
Do you get paid for second?
If you bet it as a top 10.
Okay.
So, yeah, you did.
All right.
But either way, you have a lot to live up to right here. The sleaze is gone.
Hey, come on, Sleaze. Can we get an update on the Sleaze?
Yeah, we can. We can give an update. As we're thinking, we're going to start with we're going to take a favorite and a dark horse. I know both of you did your research.
I did.
So let's hear who we going with.
Go, Matt.
All right, my favorite. God damn it! I'm switching back and forth right now.
It's not like you're actually betting it right here, right now.
I know,
but you're going to.
It's gonna matter because if I say it, it matters if it's right. Like last week, I was just all over KH Lee all week, and he wins.
Okay. Okay. No, you were not.
Yes, I was. Nobody messes with KH in Texas, dude. Everybody knows that. So they go. I'm gonna go.
You're gonna be good at this TV thing. You're really good at lying.
Listen. I did. You check the tape. I was all over it. I love KH Lee. He's a machine. Okay, I'm between. For my favorite, I'm between Joaquin Neiman, Dustin, and Cam Smith. And I'm.
List the whole damn field.
I know. Just listen.
Jesus.
I'm trying to pick one of the three. I'm gonna go with
Hey, we only have a certain amount of time.
Joaquin.
Joaquin Neiman.
And
wow.
that's like 40 or something to 1.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Graham.
Is that really
We
your
let our guest
favorite?
go.
My favorite, I'm going with recent form. I'm a huge believer in recent form. Is Jordan Spieth, man. He's gonna finish it out. He's gonna do it.
Career Grand Slam coming.
What about KH Lee last week?
What about him? Oh, that's too recent.
Too recent?
Too recent.
No, I meant like
Hangover.
he did not have recent form though going into that week.
Well, no, I don't believe in recent.
He finished 25th the week before with a new caddy on the bag. But I love Jordan Spieth this week. I know he loves this golf course. I think it's perfect for him. I mean, his short game is just disgusting. Like he hit some shots to Byron Nelson last week that I just can't handle it sometimes. They're so good. He makes the most ridiculous shots look so easy. I definitely think he's going to be a factor this week. My favorite, listen, there's only one man that can win the Grand Slam this year, and that's Scotty Scheffler.
Oh.
This is his favorite golf course
Is it really?
on the planet. It is.
Should have researched that.
The man has been playing incredible. He had an off week last week at the Byron Nelson, and he top 10'd it. I mean, I followed him 9 holes yesterday, didn't miss a shot. He won the Big 12s here in college. I think playing out of Bermuda rough is something that
Let's hand him the trophy.
You grow up on. I like it. There's a reason he's the co-favorite. He's going off at 12-1. I like Scotty Scheffler a lot this week as my favorite.
I like it.
Me too.
All right, now let's get to the fun one. We're in a little dark horse. This is where you can actually make some cash.
Yes.
And this is actually doesn't pain me because I actually like you. But for my dark horse, I'm going with a guy that's 55-1, one of the best ball strikers on the planet. And he's a Canadian.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. I'm going Corey Connors as my dark horse at 55-1.
Nice. I can't believe he's a dark horse.
Yeah.
Like that's not right. Well, that's like my dark horse is Max Homa, and he's at 55-1. That's why I thought you were stealing my Max Homa.
No.
Okay,
I wouldn't
but-
steal it from you.
My favorite was 40-1, and that your guys are like
That was
basically
your
the
choice.
same thing.
But I do like Max Homa a lot.
I saw him out there today. He's just so happy. He's just hugging everyone and just having.
And it's time for Max Homa to step up in a major. His best finish ever is 40th in a major championship. That's got to change. And I agree. This is a perfect golf course. Like you said, this is a ball striker's golf course. He's arguably, I put him in my top 5 of ball strikers on the PGA Tour.
Those aren't dark horses.
55-1 is a dark horse.
I'll give you a dark horse. Taylor Gooch is my dark horse.
Tulsa boy, Oklahoma boy.
90-1, 90-1, and
That is a dark horse.
you know you play with certain guys when you play with guys for the first time and they're out of school or whatever. I've seen enough to be like, okay, this guy just got it or whatever. I've been obsessed with Taylor Gooch's game. Like the first time I played with him, I was like, so impressed. I mean, the back of the ball every time, can flight the shit out of it. He's got a ton of offense, and he's going to be comfortable here. I mean, he's
gonna have a lot of
Oklahoma
support
guy.
out there.
So I think 90-1 is he can handle it.
The only thing that kind of concerns me, Graham, is for our favorites, we took 2 Texas Longhorns, and they don't really like those up here in Oklahoma.
That's true. I'm not a Big 12 guy.
Okay.
I'm a whack
Yeah, you are.
West guy.
Yeah, you are.
Nobody here even knows what that is.
Yeah, if you're a degenerate, you know what the black is.
Yeah, we all know what the MAC is because of Wednesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
That's where you make your real money.
Oh yeah,
That's where you get really down early in the week, and then you work your way back up.
exactly.
All right, well, so go low this summer and bet on the PGA Tour. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code SUBPAR to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Do you have a FanDuel account?
Yep.
Use code SUBPAR if you don't. Remember to use our code SUBPAR to get this special offer today. FanDuel Sportsbook, official betting operator of the PGA Tour. All right, let's open it up for some questions out there, maybe some picks. If you have any questions for obviously all three of any of us, or if you want to give us an idea who your picks are this week at Southern Hills, let's go. What we got, sir?
Can I just say first thank you to Canadian Golf Hall of Famer Bob Weeks for crawling on the floor and giving me that beer.
You can. Bob Weeks.
Bob Weeks.
Who's that guy? Bob Cole, Hockey Night in Canada.
Bob Cole.
Cole. I remember that.
Bob.
That's the only reason I know that guy is. Yeah.
What kind of hat do you normally wear? You wear a hat when you're on the course, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. It's just weird seeing people without, like, everything.
Okay, shut up, Matt.
All right.
All right, what do we got?
My name's Dan, and are you ever going to do another George Brett podcast? That was just simply awesome.
We 100% will do another George Brett podcast. He is one of our favorites. That's up there in the top 5 for me.
Call me.
As far as Mike Commodore is another one. But yes, George Brett will definitely, we'll have episode 2 at some point.
Colt, what do you guys think about Cam Young this week? I really like Cam Young to play well this week.
I tell you what, that's a guy that does not get talked about very, very much. He already, you know who that is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, he has three runner-ups already this year on the PGA Tour as a rookie. Can smash it. That's a great call. Cam Young, let me look up his odds now.
He went to Wake Forest. See, I know he is. I know he is.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Great mustache, by the way.
That's J.E. in OKC, loyal listener of Gravy and the Sleeves on SiriusXM PGA Tour. Yeah, and he likes bevies. Yeah. Let's see. God, I'm scrolling. I'm not seeing. He's got to be ahead of Matthew Wolff. But keep it going with the questions, and I'll look for this Cam Young odds. 75-1. Yeah, so that's some nice value on Cam Young.
I was going to say, I'm not a huge baseball guy, and I saw the Mark Grace podcast, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll listen. I was rolling on the ground laughing.
Mark Grace might have a better shitting his pants story than George Brett. Which is incredible.
It was good. But talk about Koepka. I feel like he's quiet going in this week.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see him withdraw last week and not give a reason. Obviously been battling some health issues the last couple of years, but when major time comes around, he's a scary man. He's been out there the last 2 days practicing. Looks to be healthy, but the withdrawal last week kind of gives me a little bit of concern. What do you?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's like, from a guy who's dealt with a lot of health issues, it's tough sometimes to play, but honestly, it can almost take your mind completely off it, and you just once you're on the golf course, you're just waiting to get back on the table, get worked on. You don't really care about what's going on. Not that he needs help on the mental side in a major because he's probably the best out there, but sometimes I almost played better when I was in so much pain.
His performance in majors is unbelievable.
Oh, it's ridiculous how good he's been in majors. It's like it's weird. It's weird how good he is in majors.
It just seems like it gets his attention, and he says, "Let's go."
Yeah, it's a
He-
flex.
he does-
It's a flex
How
for
many
sure.
wins does he have total, and how many of them are made?
Doesn't he have more? He's got more.
I think he's got 4 and 4.
4 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to look that up, but I think that's right. Any other questions out there? Yeah.
Yeah, so depending on where they put the tees for 10 and 17, both of those are drivable par 4s.
10?
Yeah, besides 10 and 17. If you can cut those trees like Daly did in 07, it's, I mean, it's
Well, they got
it's drivable.
10T now on
Back
number
on
one
number
tee.
one, right. It's
Yeah, I don't
right
think
back
they're gonna
there,
move
but
that.
I don't know if they'll do that all 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah, but so besides those 2 holes where, it's possibly gettable, where's this tournament going to be won and lost? What hole are you looking at that's going to swing the tournament?
I would say the one thing, just from looking at the golf course, like, I don't think there's any big train wrecks out there. Like, there's not a bunch of big numbers. You can make a lot of bogeys, but I don't see any doubles, triples, or anything like that. There's only 2 par 5s. They're both over 600 if you play them all the way back. 636 and 656, I believe, which I hope they don't play the 13th all the way back, because I think that's a great par 5 from the up tee at about 540. It's got the water in front, the tree. So I don't think the par 5s are going to come into play that much.
There's nothing worse when they put a par 5
Ah,
so far back that
so
it becomes a
stupid.
100-yard par
It's a
3.
par 3, exactly.
It's the worst.
Sounds
People are like, oh, it's 660. It's going to be so hard. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
I always use Torrey Pines 18 as an example. They built that new tee, and the first year they played it, like 90% of the field laid up.
Yeah.
Which-
same with 13 when they put that tee back at Torrey on 13.
Yeah, it's
The US
pointless. Like,
That's the worst.
it's just it becomes a wedge contest. So to answer your question, I think greens in regulation is going to be huge this week. I mean, I think that's the number one thing. Look at strokes gained approach. I think, the fairways, they're not as narrow as everybody thinks. I mean, Matt said it earlier, like, there's some room out there. And the rough is that length where you can get the jumper, obviously you can get it to come out dead sometimes, but it's all about reading the lie. But it's definitely not like hack out rough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I talked to Mac Hughes today too, and he said the same thing. He's like, look, if you're 200 yards out, the ball kind of sits down, you hit 8-iron as hard as you can from 200, you just hope that it kind of goes the right distance, but it's always coming out. It's not like you're like wedging out to 120 yards and then trying to get up and in from there.
The one thing that what I like about the rough being the length it is you can get those flyers. And the number one rule around Southern Hills is don't hit it over the greens. I mean, you are absolutely dead if you hit it over these greens, because most of them slope back to front, and it's just a brutal up and down. So it's going to be very interesting to watch. I think the weather's going to play a big part of it. The good news is they got arguably the best guy in the world setting up the golf course in Kerry Haig, who, he's never a part of the story, which I think is a good thing.
Yes.
So it'll be
Jason Gore's kind of starting to get all the way to the US.
when he gets there, I'll let him battle Kerry Haig. But it's the golf course is fantastic. There's no doubt about that. All right.
Hi, I'm Steve. My girlfriend Sarah has a favorite golfer, and he's a handsome devil, and he played at OU. Abraham Answer. Can he win?
Yeah.
Abe Answer is the guy I missed on the most in predicting a future, and I've openly admitted that. I thought he'd be doing something other than playing golf for a living the first time I played with him, but he has turned into a hell of a player. He's got all the tools. He's not the longest guy, but he hits it a lot further than everybody thinks he does. Creates a lot of power. He's been a little bit down as of late, but got that first PGA Tour win in Memphis last year. I love it. I'm sure he's got quite a bit of experience on it, going to OU. I'm sure they've played here quite a few times. Great ball striker. But like we said, I mean, there's so many guys this week I think that have a chance to win.
And he could be on Narcos Mexico season 4.
Yeah, we wouldn't know the difference. Yeah,
True.
Hey, he might be.
He might be.
He might be. Abe can definitely win on this course.
My name's Luke. I'm from KC, so I second his George Brett part 2, as well as Mark Grace part 2. I don't really have a pick. I got a question for Matt Every, how he feels about his main Google picture being him full form throwing. And I used to call you the Saskatchewan Sasquatch when you had when you had your beard. And I also get told that Colt and I have similar builds, and I definitely get amongst it.
Damn, you do get amongst it. I need to get that skinny.
You're way sexier than Colt, bud.
Matt, you're a guest here. You're a guest.
Oh, man. What was the question?
How do you feel about your logo?
Oh, yeah. It's a little misleading. I mean, it's look,
misleading. It actually happened. What are you talking about?
I know, but those things happen.
Oh
yeah. Oh, I've had
14.
Oh, I remember that.
That was a good one.
I've had it just happens, and there's different ways to get mad. Anything I say right now is going to sound like an excuse. So I'm not crazy about it, to be honest.
You just like to let your emotions go.
I'm an emotional person, and my life runs off of emotions. It's a hell of a way to live, but you know, sometimes it gets there.
I think I was playing with you at Puerto Rico one year. We were on the 8th hole, very long par 3, and you proceeded to turn around and tomahawk a hybrid into the jungle. And then like 2 holes later, the volunteer comes running up. The guy went in there and got it for you.
That happens. There's nothing worse. Hey.
I was dying.
There's nothing worse than like having it's just embarrassing to have someone like return a club to you that you threw in the woods. It's like, dude, I threw it in there for a reason. Like, what are you doing?
I had one at four of the players one time. The pin's in the bottom right in that little bowl, and I hit my wedge up on the top right. Impossible to putt. End up 3-putting. I like grab my ball and I just kind of like chuck it to throw it in the little river or the creek that goes in front. Well, I threw it over the creek into the fairway where like the next group is coming up. And I'm like last, the caddy's putting in the pin, and I'm looking, and you kind of have to like go around. There's no like a direct way. There's like a marshal over there. It's like, can I have it? Can I have it? I'm like, yes. Yeah.
That is all yours.
Oh, that is awesome. Any other questions?
Yep.
Hello. I'm Daniel from Topeka, so big
God.
Gary Woodland fan.
Oh, God. Hey, we don't get you kind.
Big Gary Woodland fan. Big Gary Woodland fan.
We are too.
My question isn't about Gary, who I hope is a fan favorite here, but which par 3 is going to give the pros the biggest problem this week? And also, are you going to give those bottles as parting gifts to your co-hosts?
We'll discuss that with our producer, Mark. That's not up to me. But as far as the par 3s, I think they're all very, very challenging. Today, with the south wind, I mean, it was blowing 25 out there. If they move, if they leave the tee back, I don't think they will. But number 8 was 251.
Yeah. They can't play back every day.
Into the wind. I mean, I talked to Patrick Reed, who came up here a couple weeks ago. He had driver there. It was chilly and windy. But all the par 3s are really, really good. Even number 6, it kind of depends on where they put the tee. If they tuck the pin over the left bunker, that's a brutal pin. 8's tough, then 11. And then the other par 3 is off the top. 14 is
230.
I mean, yeah, and with a very narrow, tough green. So to answer your question, they're all freaking hard. But I would say, with the normal wind out of the south, number 8. But I think Kerry Haig will know. He knows good enough to move that tee up into a strong wind. But none of them, like once again, this golf course, there isn't like train wrecks waiting to happen. You know, like we've seen at some majors. Like, I mean, there's a creek out there, but for the most part, it just punishes you.
I could easily pile up like 7 bogeys and 9 holes.
Easily.
Oh, yeah, dude. I can fire a smooth 78.
You go out there and you miss several greens in a row and don't get it up and down, you can rattle off a lot of bogeys. I just don't see a lot of doubles and stuff.
Yeah, no train wrecks, smooth 78.
Yeah, but there's a difference between making a quad and just 7 bogeys.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Oh boy.
So I got I'm betting Corey.
Okay.
I already bet Corey. Xander I like 28-1 is pretty good for Xander.
It's on a heater.
Coming off a 61 is pretty good.
And Rory, I like Rory this week. Also, the closing stretch, 16, 17, 18. I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on that. Obviously, 16 and 18 are the longest par 4s, and 17 you can play it as a drivable par 3. But that 18th hole is a beast, right?
18 from the new tee at 490 is just ridiculously hard. I mean, you got to smash it just to get it around the corner. Then you got the elevated green. 17, they're definitely going to move it up one day from what I've been told. I think that'll make it very, very exciting because that green's pretty wicked. The front bunker's pretty deep. 16, you know, I think it's gettable. I walked with Scotty Scheffler yesterday, and I mean, he hit driver and a 7-iron in there. I know he's one of the longer guys, but I would say 16, if they don't move the tee up, isn't near as hard as 18. But I love your Corey Connors pick.
And if you're going to pick a former PGA champion to win, who you got?
A former PGA champion? I'll go Colin Morikawa.
Oh, that's not
Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods.
He's a PGA champion. What do you mean that's not fair?
That's not where he was going with that question. You all know it too.
Is he going Rich Beam?
That's what I was just going to say.
You wanted us to pick out of the first three guys, like Daly, Wai Yang, or
I text Rich Beam today. And I said, are you playing this week? I didn't know if he was in the field. He goes, yes, I am. Adding hybrids to my bag as fast as I can
Hey,
currently.
let's just say, can we talk about hybrids too? I mean, it's time to get rid of those.
I actually agree.
It's just ridiculous. I mean,
I agree. I 100% agree.
I'm fine with
The
the amateur
skill-
golf.
You are
For
1%
sure.
of the world golfing world.
No, but in pro
It's
golf.
embarrassing. Adam Scott and guys like Keegan are just being robbed, or guys who can just hit these sick,
Towering two-irons.
high fade 4-irons
Yeah.
are being robbed of their ability. These slap dicks taking out hybrids and knuckling it up there higher and softer.
Although-
it's just it's embarrassing. It's like why are we doing that? Why like
Personal shots at Colt.
Yeah, I was going to say, arguably the greatest hybrid player of all time.
5-wood, 7-wood, hybrid.
hey. Our friendship goes way deeper than golf.
God.
It's way deeper than golf.
I've seen you tomahawk a few 3-irons into the lake, so be careful out there.
And hybrids.
Oh, but by the way, your Rory McIlroy one, real quick. He's obviously known to get off to very, very slow starts in major championships. Tends to backdoor top 10s. I know he's won 4 of them. But here at Southern Hills, every single major championship that's been played at Southern Hills, the guy who has gone on to win has either had the lead or tied for the lead after 36 holes. Ooh. So you got to get off to a pretty good start.
What a
That's the
stat.
one thing that concerns me about Rory. What we got?
Yeah, my question for y'all is, what do you guys think the best score will be on Sunday? Like, what will the winning score be on Sunday?
Well, it looks like Sunday's the best weather of the
Like
week.
to par for the week or just the Sunday round?
20 under, 15 under.
Oh, for the total. Total. That's, God, several people have asked me that, and it's just, it's so tough to guess.
Must be a bet.
There, of course there is. You can bet on everything.
Let's bet on doers.
But
Let's bet a bottle of doers.
the weather's just so tough how it's changing, obviously the way they set the golf course up. I let my guests normally go first. So what do you think the winning score is going to be?
I'm going to say 8 under.
He's going
8
to
under.
he's going to price us right us right here.
8 under? 8 under?
You're saying 8?
8.
All right, I'm going to say 9.
Oh, I think
Price is right?
I think they get to,
Yes, it is.
I think they get to double digits. Honestly.
What are you going to say, 10?
Well, I can say 10, of course, then I win. But yeah, if I was going to set the line, I actually don't know what the over-under is, what Vegas has it at, or FanDuel has it at, but I'm going I'm guessing it's around 10.5 under par, 10.5 under par.
Yeah, it depends on the wind. If it's, especially that cold wind, that's always
Cold
tough to
wind's
play.
heavy.
Man.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sunday is supposed to be like 75 with 5-mile-an-hour winds. So it's just Friday and Saturday
Oh, really?
is the tough days. Anything else? Nope, got another one.
Sleazy's tied after 16.
Oh, God.
boy.
Sleazy Man and Drew Kittleson tied after 16.
Come on,
the
Sleazy.
USGA 4-ball.
Dig in.
Get him a transfusion, somebody.
Can he drink during those things?
Oh,
or?
yeah, they've been drinking.
Oh, they
all-
can?
You can drink the USGA.
Yeah.
You guys, we haven't talked yet about the best golfer in the world, Patrick Cantlay, and his chances of winning this week.
He was very, very high on my list of guys. If I was going to pick 3 or 4 guys, Patrick Cantlay would be on there. I mean, the guy's going to win a major at some point. His game is built for major championships. He hits it far, he hits it straight. He irons it great, he putts it great, he chips it great. I know he's really boring, so that's why Matt hates him.
Honestly, though, and his mind is unbelievable.
Well, you said it, and you just go, ugh.
No, I mean, who the heck wouldn't pick that guy to be in their top 3 or 4 right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player.
That's he's like world-class boring.
He is world-class boring, but he prints really nice checks. And, I mean, his last tournament he played, he got the W at Xander Schauffele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Really going on a limb there, Colt.
He asked what our thoughts were of Patrick Cantlay. Of course I like him to contend.
And then you said that I didn't like him.
I don't think you like his personality.
I love his personality. He's a killer.
Yeah. He is a killer.
Oh. Canada's coming in hot today.
Canada's coming in hot. Thoughts on DJ? Nobody talks about him. It's crazy, right?
Love him this week.
Yeah.
Yes. What do I think about him in general?
I'm fine with the in general.
I love him. I love him that way too. He's great, man. He could definitely win this week. Are you kidding me? I mean, that guy's. It just depends what side of the bed he wakes up on. I mean, he's as far as like athletic ability wise, he's in a different category than anyone else on this tour. Like natural athlete. Like there's just I don't want to hear it. There's guys that work out, but that doesn't mean you're like a sick athlete. That just means you're in shape. Like Dustin is sick at like everything.
yeah, he's an absolute stud. He's obviously hadn't played his best golf as of late. I don't love him on this golf course for some reason. Just
said that. I honestly pretty much love him on every single golf course every single week.
I do too.
He's that guy.
I will say
he can win in Palm Springs. He can win the Sony Open. He can win at Muirfield. He can win the Hilton Head. Yes.
I'll say his Masters win was in November, obviously, when the greens were a little slower, which I think does benefit him. Even though he did win at Oakmont with some of the nastiest greens possible, but I think the slower greens a little bit. But yeah, I mean, obviously, there's so many great players. He's 11th in the world now, which he hasn't been out of the top 10 in forever. In my opinion, I fade him a little bit. I think he's still a little, obviously he got married, didn't play his best last week, still probably working off a little bit of that rust.
If we're talking,
the marriage.
Are you betting the sheet?
If we're talking about DJ's Masters win, you got to talk about the final putt. How weird was that for you three? That he just tapped in. And
That's
it was
like, that's so
I know it's him, but it's so weird. It's so weird.
It's weird, but like it's just awesome at the same time. I mean,
like he just doesn't care. He's like, cool, I'm gonna tap this in.
But then what it was
and then
also
give some
weird,
awkward fist bump.
because we were there and there was like 17 people around that green. It was the most strange thing, right? And so like I think who knows if it would have been different if there was actually like a crowd and people would react to it, but that was a little strange.
Yeah. Like green jacket.
Cool. Things over. Anything else? Oh, got another one. Perfect. McNellie's is rocking. I like this.
I heard your description of Jordan Spieth's bunker shot last week. What do you think of that? I mean, is his short game the best in the game right now? What would you say?
I'll put him in the top 3, especially with hard shots. The one you're talking about is 17 at Byron Nelson last week. He was on the downslope, no green to work with, literally had maybe a 3-inch by 3-inch spot to hit that ball to get it close, and he did it. And to do that, I know it was Thursday, but these guys will tell you, I mean, to pull that shot off in an actual tournament is it's a joke. It really is. Like, to have the confidence to do that, where I think 99% of the guys would have probably just been like, okay, let's just get this on the green, give myself a 12, 15
It also
footer.
has to do with job security too. That's one thing that like.
That's a great point too.
But it does, man. Like people don't realize that. Like when it's a Thursday and you're in 110th on the FedEx list or whatever, and it's like, fuck, man, I just got to make the weekend right now to keep my job and just like move forward. There's a different mentality when you're 5th in the world or whatever he is, and you're 6th on the FedEx Cup list, and you can take things on. It's different.
That's a good point. It is, but his short game, to answer your question, is
nasty,
freaking ridiculous. Like it is so disgusting. And another reason, a lot of tight lies around these greens, a lot of runoffs. That's where he excels. All right,
Colt,
one more.
You and I talked about this earlier, but since the sleaze isn't here, do you have any plans in the future of pranking him? Nod yes or no.
Well, I got him really, really good at Colonial last year. We're coming up on that 1-year anniversary. I continue to look over my shoulder every day because I know he's going to get me back. We might have something planned for him coming up. We'll see. But it's going to be hard to top the one at Colonial. That was a lot of fun. All right, well, thank you all for coming out. This has been an absolute blast. Thanks for your support of Subpar. McNellie, you are awesome. We'll talk to you all next week. Golf Subpar.